Have you ever been told that your slightly elevated liver enzymes are just a normal part of aging? Or perhaps that the little bit of extra fat around your middle is nothing to worry about? What if I told you that these seemingly innocent signs could be the whispers of a silent epidemic that's affecting millions of seniors across America, a condition that often progresses without any obvious symptoms until it's far too late? I'm Dr. Eric Berg, and today we're going to pull back the curtain on a topic that is critically important for anyone over the age of 55, fatty liver disease. Many of my patients come to me from cities like Phoenix, Arizona, or even sunny San Diego, California, enjoying their golden years, yet completely unaware of the ticking time bomb inside their bodies. They've been told that a fatty liver is common and not a major concern. This is a dangerous misconception, a myth that we are going to dismantle piece by piece in our discussion today. The truth is, what starts as simple fatty liver or steatosis can be the first step on a devastating path towards inflammation, scarring, and eventually liver failure. Think of your liver as the master chemical processing plant of your body. It's responsible for over 500 vital functions, from detoxifying your blood to processing the nutrients from your food and even regulating your hormones. When fat begins to accumulate in this crucial organ, it's like throwing a wrench into the machinery. At first, the system tries to compensate, but over time, the damage becomes cumulative and can lead to serious life-altering conditions like cirrhosis and liver cancer. The progression from a stage 1 fatty liver, where there's a slight excess of fat, to a stage 3, where significant scarring has occurred, can happen silently over years or sometimes alarmingly quickly. But here's the empowering truth that I want to share with you today. The very reason we're having this conversation. Your diagnosis does not have to be your destiny. The progression of fatty liver disease is not inevitable. In fact, for the vast majority of people, especially in the earlier stages, this condition is entirely reversible. And the solution doesn't lie in a new miracle pill or a complex surgical procedure. It lies in understanding the root causes and making targeted natural changes to your diet and lifestyle. We're not just talking about patching up the symptoms. We're talking about a fundamental reset of your metabolic health. In this article, I am going to guide you through a comprehensive 3-pronged approach to not only halt the progression of fatty liver disease, but to actively begin the process of healing your liver. We will delve deep into the surprising dietary culprit that is far more damaging than fat itself, a truth that goes against decades of conventional dietary advice. I'll then reveal the critical importance of a specific type of eating schedule that can supercharge your liver's ability to burn off that dangerous internal fat. And finally, we will explore some powerful natural compounds and lifestyle adjustments that can support and accelerate your liver's recovery. This isn't about deprivation or enduring a miserable existence. It's about making smart, informed choices that will allow you to live a vibrant, healthy, and long life. I promise you, by the end of our time together, you will not only understand the threat of fatty liver disease, but will also be armed with a clear, actionable plan to protect your most vital organ. So, grab a notepad and let's get started on this journey to reclaiming your liver health. The first major point we need to address is arguably the most misunderstood aspect of fatty liver disease, and it's the very foundation of how we can begin to reverse it. For decades, the mainstream narrative has been that fat makes you fat, and therefore, dietary fat is the primary enemy of a fatty liver. It seems logical, right? The condition is called fatty liver. So surely eating fat is the cause. This has led countless well-meaning individuals, perhaps even you, to diligently follow low-fat diets, choosing skim milk, lean meats, and avoiding oils and butter like the plague. You've been told this is the heart-healthy way, the path to a healthier you. But what if I told you that this advice, when it comes to your liver, is not just incomplete, it's profoundly misguided? The real villain in this story, the primary driver of fat accumulation in your liver isn't dietary fat. It's sugar and refined carbohydrates. This is a critical distinction to make. When you consume foods high in sugar, like sodas, pastries, or even seemingly healthy options like fruit juices and low-fat yogurts loaded with sweeteners, your body experiences a rapid spike in blood glucose. To manage this, your pancreas releases insulin, the hormone responsible for shuttling glucose out of your bloodstream and into your cells for energy. The problem is, our modern American diet is so saturated with sugars and processed carbs, breads, pastas, crackers, cereals, that our bodies are in a constant state of high alert with insulin levels chronically elevated. When your cells become resistant to this constant insulin signal, a condition known as insulin resistance, the glucose has nowhere to go. Your body, in its wisdom, needs to store this excess energy. And one of the primary places it does so is by converting that sugar into a type of fat called triglycerides. And where is the main factory for this conversion process? You guessed it, your liver. So, while you've been meticulously trimming the fat off your steak or choosing the low-fat salad dressing, you might have been inadvertently flooding your liver with the very building blocks of fat through your carbohydrate intake. Think of it this way. Your liver has a limited capacity to store glucose as glycogen. Once that storage is full, any additional sugar you consume is sent directly to the liver's fat production line. This process, known as de novo lipogenesis, is the engine of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, NAFLD. It's not the healthy fats from avocados, olive oil, or nuts that are clogging up your liver. It's the relentless influx of fructose from high fructose corn syrup and sucrose from table sugar that is forcing your liver to work overtime, churning out and storing fat. This is why a person can be a vegetarian, follow a low-fat diet, and still develop a severe case of fatty liver. The solution, therefore, is not to fear fat, but to drastically reduce your intake of sugars and refined carbohydrates. This is the single most impactful change you can make to halt the progression of fatty liver disease. We need to shift our focus from the fat on our plate to the sugar and starch content. This means reading labels religiously. You would be astonished at how much sugar is hidden in foods marketed as healthy, from ketchup and salad dressings to canned soups and breads. A simple rule of thumb is to focus on whole, unprocessed foods. Your shopping cart should be filled with non-starchy vegetables that grow above the ground. Think leafy greens like spinach and kale, broccoli, cauliflower, bell peppers, and zucchini. These are packed with nutrients and fiber and have a minimal impact on your blood sugar. Next, embrace healthy fats. High-quality olive oil, avocados, nuts, and seeds are not your enemy. They are your allies. These fats are essential for hormone production, vitamin absorption, and they help you feel full and satisfied, reducing cravings for sugary snacks. Don't be afraid of the fat in pasture-raised eggs or wild-caught salmon, which is also rich in anti-inflammatory omega-3 fatty acids. The goal is to replace the energy you were getting from carbohydrates with energy from healthy fats and moderate protein. This dietary shift helps to lower insulin levels, which is the key to unlocking the fat stored in your liver. When insulin is low, your body can finally switch from being in a fat storing mode to a fat burning mode, and it will start to use the fat in your liver for fuel. Imagine a patient of mine, a 8-year-old gentleman from Scottsdale, Arizona, who loved his morning bagel and orange juice. He was diagnosed with stage 2 fatty liver and was terrified. We simply swapped his breakfast for 2 eggs cooked in butter with a side of avocado and spinach. This one change, along with eliminating sodas and desserts, led to a significant improvement in his liver enzyme tests within just 3 months. It's that powerful. So, the first and most crucial step is to cut the sugar and refined carbs and embrace whole foods and healthy fats. If you are finding this information helpful so far and it's starting to make sense to you, please type a 1 inch the comments below. If this is confusing or not helpful, please type a 0. Your feedback is incredibly valuable and helps me create better content to serve you. Now that we've identified the primary dietary fuel for a fatty liver, sugar, and refined carbohydrates, let's move on to our second key point, the timing of your meals. This is a concept that is often overlooked in conventional medical advice, which tends to focus almost exclusively on what you eat, not when you eat. You might be eating all the right foods, lots of leafy greens, healthy fats, moderate protein, but if you are eating them constantly throughout the day, from the moment you wake up until right before you go to bed, you are missing a critical opportunity to allow your liver to heal. The practice I'm referring to is intermittent fasting, and it is one of the most powerful tools at your disposal for reversing fatty liver disease. The problem with the traditional American eating pattern of 3 meals a day plus snacks in between is that it keeps your insulin levels elevated for the majority of your waking hours. As we discussed, every time you eat, especially carbohydrates, your pancreas releases insulin. If you have breakfast at 8 a.m., a snack at 10 a.m., lunch at noon, another snack at 3 p.m., dinner at 6 p.m., and a little something before bed at 9 p.m. Your body is in a constant state of processing and storing energy. There is never a significant period where insulin levels can drop low enough to signal your body to start burning stored fuel. Your liver, which is already burdened with excess fat, never gets a break. It's like a factory running 24/7 with no downtime for maintenance or repairs. Eventually, the machinery breaks down. This is where intermittent fasting comes in. By creating a dedicated window of time each day when you are not consuming calories, you give your body a chance to lower insulin levels significantly. When insulin is low for an extended period, it flips a metabolic switch. Your body transitions from using glucose as its primary fuel source to burning stored fat, including the fat in your liver. This process is called ketosis, and it's your body's natural built-in mechanism for cleaning house. Intermittent fasting is essentially a way to activate this powerful self-healing process on a daily basis. It gives your liver the downtime it desperately needs to repair itself and start exporting those stored triglycerides to be used for energy. The beauty of intermittent fasting is its simplicity and flexibility. It's not about calorie counting or weighing your food. It's about consolidating your meals into a specific eating window. One of the most common and sustainable methods for beginners is the 16-to-8 schedule. This means you fast for 16 hours a day and eat all your meals within an 8-hour window. This might sound daunting, but it's easier than you think. For many people, it simply means skipping breakfast and having their first meal around noon and their last meal around 8 p.m. This gives your body a full 16-hour period to rest, digest, and burn fat. For example, a retired teacher I work with from Austin, Texas, found it difficult to give up her morning routine. So instead of skipping breakfast, she simply finished her dinner by 6 p.m. and didn't eat again until 10 a.m. the next day. She was still able to achieve that 16-hour fast and saw remarkable improvements in her liver function and energy levels. Starting intermittent fasting should be a gradual process. If you're used to eating all day, you can begin with a 12-hour fast, say from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., and slowly extend the fasting window as your body adapts. It's important to stay well hydrated with water, black coffee, or unsweetened tea during your fasting period. You will likely find that your cravings for sugar diminish, your energy levels become more stable, and you even feel mentally clear. This isn't about starvation, it's about giving your body the temporal space it needs to do what it's designed to do, heal itself. Combining a low carbohydrate, healthy fat diet with a consistent intermittent fasting schedule is a 1-2 punch that can dramatically accelerate the reversal of fatty liver disease. It tackles both the what and the when, creating the ideal metabolic environment for your liver to shed that excess fat and begin to regenerate. I'd love to hear from you again. If this idea of meal timing and intermittent fasting is a new and helpful concept for you, please show your support by typing a 1 in the comments. If you feel this is not practical or helpful, a 0 would be appreciated so I can understand your perspective better. Your engagement is what helps our community learn and grow together. We've now established the critical importance of changing what you eat by eliminating sugars and refined carbs, and when you eat by incorporating intermittent fasting. Our third and final point focuses on specific, powerful nutrients and lifestyle factors that can provide additional support to your liver, acting as catalysts in the healing process. While diet is the foundation, these elements can help protect liver cells from further damage, reduce inflammation, and enhance the liver's natural detoxification pathways. Think of these as the support crew for your liver's recovery journey. The first crucial nutrient for a struggling liver is choline. Choline is an essential nutrient that plays a vital role in fat metabolism. Specifically, it is required to transport fat out of the liver. A deficiency in choline is a known cause of fatty liver disease because without it, the triglycerides produced in the liver get trapped there, unable to be exported to other tissues for energy. Unfortunately, many Americans, especially as they age, do not get enough choline in their diet. The absolute best dietary source of choline is egg yolks. For years, we were warned away from eggs due to cholesterol concerns, a myth that has now been largely debunked. Pasture-raised eggs are a powerhouse of nutrition, and the yolks are where the choline resides. Aiming for 2 to 3 whole eggs a day can provide a significant amount of the choline your liver needs to start decongesting itself. Other good sources include beef liver, cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower, and wild-caught salmon. Next, we need to focus on boosting our intake of sulfur-containing compounds, which are critical for the liver's detoxification processes. Your liver performs detoxification in 2 phases. Sulfur is particularly important for phase 2, where the liver converts fat-soluble toxins into water-soluble substances that can be safely excreted from the body. The best way to get these compounds is by eating plenty of cruciferous vegetables. I'm talking about broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, kale, and cauliflower. These vegetables are rich in a compound called sulforaphane, a potent antioxidant that helps protect the liver from damage and supports its detox functions. Lightly steaming or stir-frying them is a great way to preserve their nutrients. Raw garlic and onions are also fantastic sources of sulfur and can be easily incorporated into your daily meals. A simple salad with a garlic-infused olive oil dressing or some sautéed onions with your eggs can make a big difference. Another powerful ally for your liver is the herb milk thistle. Milk thistle has been used for centuries as a liver tonic, and modern science is now validating its benefits. The active compound in milk thistle is called silymarin, which has been shown to have both anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. Silymarin works by protecting liver cells from damage and stimulating the regeneration of new, healthy liver cells. For someone with stage 2 or stage 3 fatty liver, where inflammation, steatohepatitis, and scarring, fibrosis, are present, milk thistle can be particularly beneficial. While you can drink milk thistle tea, a standardized supplement is often recommended to ensure you're getting a therapeutic dose of silymarin. As with any supplement, it's always wise to discuss it with your healthcare provider first, especially if you're on other medications. Let's consider someone living in a retirement community in the Villages, Florida. They might not have easy access to fresh organic produce all the time. In this case, a high-quality milk thistle supplement could be an invaluable addition to the regimen, providing that extra layer of protection for their liver. Finally, we cannot overlook the importance of gentle, consistent movement. You don't need to become a marathon runner or a bodybuilder. In fact, strenuous exercise can sometimes put additional stress on the body. The goal is simply to be consistent. A daily 30-minute walk in your neighborhood, some light gardening, or a water aerobics class at the local community center can work wonders. Exercise helps improve insulin sensitivity, meaning your cells become better at taking up glucose from the blood, which reduces the burden on your liver. It also helps burn triglycerides for energy. The key is to find an activity you enjoy and can stick with. The benefits of movement go far beyond just burning calories. It improves circulation, reduces stress, and supports every system in your body, including your liver. So, to recap this third point, we need to supercharge our liver's recovery by ensuring adequate choline intake, primarily from egg yolks, increasing sulfur-containing foods like cruciferous vegetables and garlic, considering a protective supplement like milk thistle, and incorporating gentle, consistent daily movement. These actions, when combined with the dietary changes and intermittent fasting we've already discussed, create a powerful synergistic effect that can halt and even reverse the progression of fatty liver disease. One last time, I would appreciate your feedback. Has this section on specific nutrients and lifestyle factors been helpful for you? A 1 for yes, a 0 for no. Thank you for participating. It truly helps me tailor my advice to your needs. As we bring our conversation to a close, let's take a moment to reflect on the journey we've taken together. We started with a startling and perhaps unsettling truth that fatty liver disease is a silent, progressive condition that is far more common and dangerous than most people realize. We've dismantled the pervasive myth that dietary fat is the enemy, and instead, we've unmasked the true culprits, sugar and refined carbohydrates. We've seen how these substances, so prevalent in our modern American diet, force the liver into a state of perpetual fat production and storage, setting the stage for inflammation and scarring. This understanding is the first and most crucial step towards taking back control of your health. It's a shift in perspective that moves you from a place of confusion and fear to a position of knowledge and empowerment. We then explored a powerful two-pronged strategy to not only stop this disease in its tracks, but to actively reverse the damage. The first prong, as we discussed, is to fundamentally change what you eat. This means shifting away from a diet high in processed foods, sugars, and starches, and embracing a way of eating that is rich in whole, unprocessed foods, nutrient-dense vegetables, healthy, natural fats, and high-quality proteins. This is not a temporary diet. It is a sustainable lifestyle that nourishes your body and allows your liver to breathe a sigh of relief. The second prong is to change when you eat by incorporating the practice of intermittent fasting. By creating a daily window of time for your body to rest and repair, you unlock its innate ability to burn stored fat for fuel, directly targeting the fat that is accumulated in and around your liver. This simple yet profound change in your eating schedule provides the metabolic downtime necessary for true healing to begin. Finally, we fortified this foundation with specific targeted support. We highlighted the importance of nutrients like choline from egg yolks to help transport fat out of the liver, and the power of sulfur-rich cruciferous vegetables to enhance its detoxification capabilities. We touched on the protective and regenerative properties of natural compounds like milk thistle and underscored the non-negotiable role of gentle, consistent physical activity. These are not just isolated tips, they are integral components of a holistic system designed to restore the health and function of one of your body's most vital organs. Each piece works in synergy with the others, creating a powerful cascade of positive effects that ripple throughout your entire body. The lesson here extends far beyond the health of your liver. It's a testament to the incredible resilience and intelligence of the human body. It's a reminder that we are not simply passive victims of our genetics or the aging process. We have been given a remarkable capacity for healing. And when we provide our bodies with the right conditions and the right fuel, they can perform miracles. Your diagnosis of fatty liver disease is not a life sentence. It is a wake-up call. It is an opportunity to reevaluate your relationship with food, to reconnect with the natural rhythms of your body, and to make a conscious choice to invest in your long-term health and vitality. It's a chance to rewrite your story, to choose a future filled with energy, clarity, and well-being, rather than one defined by chronic illness. My call to action for you today is simple yet profound. Start with one thing. Don't feel overwhelmed by the need to change everything overnight. Perhaps you'll start by eliminating sugary drinks from your diet. Or maybe you'll try a 12-hour fast tonight. Or perhaps you'll make a commitment to add a large serving of green vegetables to your dinner each day. Choose one small, manageable step and build from there. Success is built on momentum. I encourage you to join the conversation below. Share your story. What was the most surprising thing you learned today? What is the one change you are committed to making this week? Your comments and experiences are invaluable, not just to me, but to everyone in this community who is on a similar journey. If you found this information valuable, please subscribe to my channel and share this article with your friends, your family, and anyone you know who could benefit from this life-saving knowledge. Together we can change the narrative around aging and prove that our later years can be our greatest years. Thank you for your time and your attention. Be well.